Hello, I am Jaime Elizondo from Real World Ranching. I have been teaching classes for a long time now, and they focus on boosting profits while also enhancing your land's fertility. Today, I want to talk about what should be your first step to take to implement the total grazing program. We know that we should not graze young grasses, as it will shorten and weaken the roots, and that would be overgrazing. We must minimize overgrazing. We want to produce 3 to 5 times more grass than with continuous or early spring grazing of young grass. Why do I say this? I have recently been in Vermont and Alberta, Canada. It is clear that the total grazing program, with its slogan, fat cows, fat cows, fat cows, is the best grazing program. Why? Because we aim for our livestock health as our priority. Healthy livestock perform better. Better performance means they will convert each ton of grass into more pounds of sales. We want more production per ton of grass. But here it gets interesting. We need to consider our livestock needs, but we must also consider our grasses' needs. Our grass will grow soil when pruned at the right time by your livestock. Your livestock, grasses, and soil microbes are in a symbiosis that creates fertile soil. That's why I say it. Soil with large amounts of long-lived carbon in it, and long-lived soil organic carbon is our soil's real fertility. There is no doubt about this. Okay, let's get to the details of a good grazing program. First, it should mimic nature. It must consider plant physiology, your livestock health, and how to create long-lived soil organic carbon. It must also meet your economic needs, including cash flow and long-term growth. This may sound complicated, but it is how nature works. First, let's start with the end in mind. This means starting with a clear idea of what we want to create or how our future should be. And we can write a simple, efficient goal. For example, maximize profits. Do this while we quickly improve our land and genetics. There it is, simple and effective, a goal that no one will go against. This helps you avoid conflict with family members and decision makers. I invite you to the Infrastructure Mastery Training Package. It has videos, pictures, and narration. It shows how to design and build a minimal, flexible electric fence, and it is a permanent structure. It also details low-stress cattle handling in the field, in the corral, and in the bud box design. It is a low-cost 2 to 4 hour course. It's easy, and you can review it when you are implementing. So what would be your first step to start in the right direction? I want you to avoid the usual stop and go and start anew. My suggestion is to start with a minimum and flexible electric fence and permanent infrastructure. Why electric fencing? Because it costs 13 times less per mile for each year of life, useful life, than barbed wire fences. I suggest to use barbed wire or hog fence for your perimeter fences. But for your interior fencing, use a single wire electric fence with galvanized wire. If you have cattle. And what should you design first? The water alley should be in the center of your larger paddocks. A good water alley will ease your and your livestock's lives. It will let you adjust each paddock size based on grass growth and herd size. And we know that this varies through the year and through the years. Plus, when you link all your water alleys together, it is easy to move your animals. You can graze the best grass paddocks in the green season. You can also stockpile your poorest paddocks for standing hay for winter or dry season. Without a well-designed water alley, it is next to impossible to achieve this. And it gets more complicated when the property is large. Many of my new students start with many permanent paddocks, yes, but they lack the water alley, which hurts their chances. Creating many small permanent paddocks is costly. It will be hard to manage them when the grass grows at a slow rate, or when you have your cows calving. Your livestock group changes size, and you decide to stockpile some paddocks as hay while leaving others for grazing during the green season, and they may be adjacent. A checkerboard of green grazing paddocks next to stockpile ones is best for wildlife, and it also reduces fire risk in dry areas. I have consulted on ranches and farms worldwide. If they do not build their water alley first, they are creating a problem. Recently, on a large ranch, where it was miles from end to end, after checking the paddocks, we found that we needed to graze some of them within a week to prevent a loss of quality. But the herd was miles away and they were grazing paddocks in a sequence. Big mistake. You know, grass doesn't grow in a sequence. Let me explain. Some paddocks will have different species than others and different soils. This means that they will mature earlier or later than others. And what can we do without a water alley to move the large herd around to another paddock in an easy way? The manager said it would take 6 weeks to reach that far away paddock, as he had no water alleys that were interconnected. So he said he could drive the herd slowly through the adjacent paddocks, but by then, the paddocks further away would have lost their quality. Without a way to leapfrog paddocks through a water alley, your herd will graze mature grasses most of the year. And this takes away your biggest advantage under the total grazing program. Grazing your grass at its best in the green season. With a correct water alley, they could have taken the herd to the best pastures in an hour instead of 6 weeks. And that would not have overgrazed their paddocks. Grazing your grasses when they are too young, like in early spring, will reduce your yearly production per acre. Yes, they may recover later, but they will not produce as if they had not been overgrazed by grazing the grass when too young. Overgrazing is a matter of time, and it occurs when we graze grass that has not recovered its energy reserves in crowns and roots. It is what has created deserts, and it is also what allows weeds and shrubs to take over your pasture. Conclusions and recap. To boost your yearly grass output per acre, minimize overgrazing. Overgrazing is not grazing your grass low if it has recovered. Overgrazing is grazing before your grass has fully recovered. It weakens the roots and energy reserves, and this lowers productivity per acre in a big way. We need a grazing program to minimize overgrazing at the high stocking rates required for productivity and profits. A simple goal will help all decision makers agree. I like this one. Maximize profits while we improve our land and genetics the fastest. And please remember my motto: fat cows, fat cows, fat cows. This should be our priority. Next, we must consider our grass, livestock, soil symbiosis. They should work together to improve your soil's long-lived organic carbon. In the green season, focus on animal health, performance, and efficiency. Then, you want to minimize overgrazing and make better decisions. First, you need to design a simple, low-cost, and flexible electric fence. This will make it easier. The first step in this electric fence project should be your central water alley. It will also serve as a corridor that allows one person to move your livestock around your property with ease. You want to connect all your water alleys together in larger properties. If necessary, we may need to move them miles away. Get your infrastructure mastery training package to save thousands of dollars. Your minimal, flexible infrastructure will save you money and labor. It will give you peace of mind. You won't have to redo it later, and you'll save on maintenance every year. You can move your livestock to your best grass in the green season without overgrazing paddocks that are in the way. Also, stockpile those paddocks that got over-mature for winter or the dry season. This will make better use of your land. I hope you like this. Visit www.rwranching.com/infrastructure for your infrastructure mastery training. It has unlimited access. I'm going to repeat, www.rwranching.com/infrastructure. Thank you for listening and see you in the infrastructure mastery training. Until then.